Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we'll be going over our most long-awaited video, our room tour.
It took a while to construct this awesome room, but it's finally here. Let's get right into this. So we're first gonna start with, of course, our beautiful clone-based mock. Most of you guys know this project. It's been running on the channel since February, so a really long time, and we've come a really long way already. We also showcased this on a convention. We made a really cool vlog about it. But yeah, this is basically the mock. The general idea, I'll just repeat it for this video, is there's a big landscape area with a village, a river running through it, and then you have a big mountain, and in that mountain there's a really big clone base with a conference room, a big hangar. Here there will be a medical bay, a command post, not really command post, but command center, an elevator, then we have our mess hall underneath, and then on this side we got an armory and prison cells, and then some hallways here and there. So a really cool project. We hope to finish this as soon as possible, but we'll have to see where we get. But yeah, this is the main focus, of course, of our room, because this here is in the center of our room. We also got a really big Geonosis mock. That one is in my bedroom at the moment. In the future that mock will end up being here, but it's just not yet finished, and it's nice to be able to work on that in my bedroom, just separately from this room, because space here is not really limited, but still it's just for practical reasons way easier to do that. Other than that, you guys see big cabinets over there, big shelves over there with some other cabinets. So let's take a look at those right now.
So let's start with this cabinet first. This is one really big one, and it's basically for mostly miscellaneous stuff and some bigger boxes that can't be placed anywhere else. As you guys can see, we got some big packages, we got some bark speeders because we didn't find a good place for them. Then we have some boxes with Legos in them. That's the best way to organize them for now. And then yeah, we put most of our equipment in here, but yeah, we're using it right now so you can't really see it. So that aside, we'll move over to the biggest part of our collection that's stored in the room. I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. So first up, when we move down, there are some lesser interesting sets. We just want to store them somewhere handy, so that's where they go. Then we have 3 boxes full of minifigs. These aren't all our minifigs, but these are the ones that we use most of the time, so it's quite easy for us that they are so close to us to use. Then we have some more boxes. These are filled with mostly new bricks. We try to keep them separate by using plastic bags to put them in. Then we have more boxes. As you guys probably know and saw already, we have quite a lot of boxes for bricks. Our sorting box collection is getting quite large. Then we move on to our first sets. We have 3 HMP gunships over here. We have a 4th one, but it's in the box and I didn't want to take it out because it's kind of a collector piece at this moment. Then we have a Y-Wing, a Magna Starfighter and a Swamp Speeder. If we move a little higher, you can see more and more sorting boxes. These are for so many different parts. I believe the bottom 2 are the biggest ones, full of terrain pieces. And then when we move further along the sides, this is the bulk of our sorting box collection. It's just so many different boxes with different pieces. It's not the best system, but it's the system that we are using because it's the easiest for us since we transport our collection across to different places quite often. And then lastly, I'll open this big cupboard real quick. This isn't crazily organized, but it works really nice for us when we are building. I'll start from the top one. In this we have loads of Lego pick-a-brick cups. These are filled with different pieces, mostly from the pick-a-brick wall itself that we didn't want to put in something else, so we just put them in the cups themselves. I also have some more minifigs in here, and again a bigger box with smaller boxes in it. That's like the biggest trend that you'll see in our sorting system. It's like a big box with smaller boxes or subsections to make it quite a lot easier for us to know which pieces are where. Then this is quite an interesting one. It's our filler bin. It was filled to the brim basically, but most of it is already in the clone base. So yeah, could do with quite a bit more of filler brick, but it's nice to have the amount that we have already.
So Geoffrey covered half of it. Let's cover the other half of it, shall we? So first up, we got our Naboo shelf. We used all these sets in our huge Naboo mock, of course. On the left side, we got 4 AATs. These were used in Naboo, of course. Really cool that we got 4. I think these ones are the most like sleek and cool looking design for Mocs. We do prefer the blue AAT, the one that are over there, but these do look really cool. So I'm glad that we could buy 4 when they were selling them in the stores. Then we got 2 vulture droids in the back, a big troop carrier over there, 2 smaller ones over here. We got 6 of those in total. Those 2 are built and on display. We don't display every set that we have. Also, most of our sets are destroyed for parts. This is just the room tour, so we're only showcasing the sets that are in the room, of course. Then we got this MTT, really cool set. It's the latest version, so not a really big cool version, but we just didn't have the space for the big version in our Naboo mock, so we decided to invest in this one. Really cool set nonetheless. Then we got this green flash speeder, and then 3 N1 Naboo starfighters. A really cool set. It's nice to have 3 of them, a small fleet really. 2 versions are the same, and then we got more newer version over there, so really glad that we had these. Other than that, we have this shelf. In the middle, Boba Fett, his helmet. Really cool collector's item, I think. It's just sad that all those heads are pretty expensive and we don't really have the funds for it because we mostly invest in Lego bricks, of course, for our big mocks. But nonetheless, a really cool set. Looks amazing here. Then we got Jedi Starfighters and Jedi Interceptors. We got more Jedi Starfighters. These are just the 2 that are here on display. I think we got probably Anakin's, his Starfighter, maybe Plo Koon. Like, we got some other ones, just these 2 on display. Then here Jedi Interceptors, one from Anakin and the other one from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then we move on to this shelf here. We got the AT-DPs over there. We got those Imperial troop transports. We got some TIE fighters, of course, TIE fighters. We got the latest version here. Then we got those 2. I think one is a TIE Advanced and the other one is Darth Vader, his starfighter. We got other ones as well, TIE fighter I mean. We got other ones as well, but those are destroyed for part. Then we got the Imperial shuttle in the back. Looks amazing there, I think. It could be a bit more higher up, but other than that, it's a really cool set. Glad that we have done that one. Then we have my favorite set over here, the Star Destroyer. Amazing set, one of the last real Lego sets that I bought before going on like my Lego Dark Age. So really glad that I have these. Then we got here at the bottom 2 TIE fighters from the First Order. No idea why we have 2, but nonetheless, I do think these 2 TIE fighters look badass, especially from the side. So yeah, I'm glad that we have 2, and we will definitely make a mock someday of these because they do look pretty awesome. Then we got some resistance stuff or like rebel stuff, a bit of everything really. Rebel troop transport or resistant troop transport, Poe Dameron's X-Wing. I think we got 2 more X-Wings, but those are destroyed for parts. So not here, that's for a collection tour. Then we got an A-Wing and then probably the ship from Ezra. The modified, not the Ghost, but the other ship. Forgot the name, the Phantom, I think. Then we got here our little display of our huge mocks that we made. This is our Naboo mock, so this shelf here. I'll put the picture on screen, don't worry. But yeah, this is our miniature version of our Naboo mock. Then we got our miniature version of our big clone base mock over here. And then we got our miniature version of our big Geonosis mock, but that one is in my room. Then here we got just some bags with a lot of new pieces and just like we didn't have a spot for them, so we mostly fill these little baskets with pieces, like you guys can see. So just very useful to build. Other than that, I'll just do this shelf and let Geoffrey do the top shelves. We got a really controversial set, I think, or an underrated set in my opinion. The Twilight, of course. It's, like you guys can see, not complete. Some parts are missing, sadly enough, but like it was one of my first bigger sets, and also like you can fit 15 clones in here. It's really awesome, this set. So I'm really happy that I got this set. I think it's underrated, but yeah, I need to rebuild it, of course. Then we move on to our sys section. Like you guys can see, we got some snail tanks, 6 in total. I do think this design is the best one. The later one I didn't like, so maybe in the future we'll even buy more of these if we ever need them. Then in the back we got hyena bombers. We got 3 in total. I think 4 in fact, but the other one is destroyed. Then we got 2 of these awesome separatist shuttles. Also just 2 here on display, but I think we got 2 more also destroyed for parts. Then we got a cannon in the back, really underrated set, looks really good. It's not completely like it should be. Some parts are missing, but nonetheless a really cool set to display. We got 2 small vulture droids here, and then we have 2 blue AATs, our favorite ones. They look awesome, and I think scaling wise they are the best set that Lego ever made, like the AAT section.
So let's now move on to the top shelf. This is a bit harder to showcase because it's quite high up, but I hope that you guys can see it good enough. First, on the first shelf we have 3 of the big spider droids and 1 dwarf spider droid. These are really cool sets. We have 2 of the older versions and they flank the new version. I feel like both versions are really nice to have. We haven't really used them in anything, I believe, because they're just so massive, and we haven't really made a big mock in which we can use them. Maybe down the line in a Fallujah or something, but for now we're just happy to have them on display. Then moving up, we have 2 of the Hellfire droids, and in the middle of them there is a gunship. It's like a mini Geonosis section actually, because like we have a gunship and then the Hellfire droid, so that's really nice. I really like this design of the Hellfire. I feel like it's better than the older version just because it's more playable for kids, and I feel like the head is built a bit better than previous versions. Of course, a gunship, everybody loves the gunship, who doesn't? We might want to invest in like a custom gunship down the line, but for now we definitely don't have the funds to do that, but definitely down the line we'd like to get one. Then we have a Jedi starship that I completely blanked out on the name of, but it's shown a couple of times in the Clone Wars. Really like these sets. I feel like the play feature that you can rotate it just like in the show is really well put together. I was quite astonished that Lego could pull that one off, so I'm really happy with that. And then lastly we have Z95 Headhunter. This set I just bought for one reason, and that was because I wanted to get a Ponkrell, and I felt like the set wasn't that expensive, so I might as well just buy Ponkrell with the set instead of just Ponkrell. So that was a nice cop that I got on a second-hand site. So yeah, guys, this is basically our entire collection wall, so to speak. I feel like it's really cool. Definitely not everything that we have is on it, because we just have way too much stuff, and most of my stuff is destroyed just because I like parts more than sets. So that's on my end, of course, but yeah, I really like the shelf. It looks so good. We might be able to use it in some cool backdrops in future videos. Not sure about that just yet, but now let's continue with the rest of the room. So you guys have already seen the massive clone base, some cabinets and the big collection wall behind me. So now let's just get into one really important thing that you guys don't get to see that often, but it's the backbone of our videos, and that is, where do we make those videos? So basically, if we're not building over there on the base itself, then we're either building here or on the table right over there. This table is most used because it looks just better for time lapses, etc. If we're streaming, also most of the time we're just streaming on this table because it looks the best. But if this is full, which happens quite often when we're building, because we try to be as productive and clean as we can, but it doesn't work out that well most of the time. So this can get pretty filled up real quick. Then we have one spare table over here. This one is way bigger, and on this I designed a couple of things for the clone base. Think the curved wall section. think about the inside rockwork in the base itself. These were all manufactured on this side. And that's basically everything in the room except for our installation, but like we can't really show it because we're filming with it and it's in another room, so we might post a picture or something on screen of what we're using. But yeah, that's about it that I can show you right now.
So guys, I think that's it for this Lego room, like you guys can see. Overall, we're really happy with this room. We definitely have loads of space, like you guys can see. Some of you guys saw the clone base in real life and it's a huge mock, so like there is space to put some more clone bases if you want to. Other than that, we have this really nice light above our room that lights up our room perfectly. And like you guys can see, everything in this room is like the same aesthetic, so that's also a really cool feature of this room. Overall, really happy with how this whole room section looks. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed, definitely drop us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye guys.